Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back. So for this one, I want to take a breakdown and look at one of my earlier battles from December 13th online, where I'm using Rush Zoro, as always, and I'm going up against a green and red law deck. So let's see how this one goes, and yeah, let's just struggle together. So the match has already started, and I have two choppers on scene for blockers. Now, at this point, I was still trying to maintain all my life. So I've now come to realize that that may not be the best strategy. But for this one, I'm really trying to maintain all the life I have. So I pull out my Rush Zoro, and I deploy the Nami. So here I'm just thinking, okay, I'm going to use Nami's ability to give it to my leader Zoro to give everybody the boost, which is how it's supposed to be done. I go through with the attack, expecting him to block, but he doesn't. So I'm like, okay, cool. I still have my leader to go through with. So I pushed through with the leader. Actually, no, he used the Gum Gum Jet Pistol on the trigger. Okay, that was a smart pick for him. So then I rush in with my leader. He loses another life. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident, thinking he's down to 2 lives, so he's already lost 2, and I have still 5. But obviously, the big downside is I don't have anything to really protect my leader Zoro, or excuse me, my character Zoro, unless I decide to go and use my counter, which I do. But now, of course, his Rush Zoro comes in, and I just have to let him go. I have to let my Zoro go because he's just not strong enough at this point. So I'm like, okay, cool. Give him a nice move on that one. I didn't see it coming. And at this point, I'm trying to figure out, what do I want to do? Do I want to try and bring out Rush Luffy and attack his Zoro? Like, really focus on taking out his Zoro, or do I attack at his life? So I'm still thinking it through here, who I want to go first. And I decided to go with character, leader Zoro into his Zoro. He does have 4 cards in his hand, so he definitely has enough to fend off my attack, which he does there. So I have to go in again and go for it. But I just decided to end my turn. Since I don't have any counters in hand, I didn't want to give up my Rush Luffy so quickly, since I just got him. And I was like, if I drop him out, I'm going to lose my Luffy. And I need him for next turn when I have more Don to give him, so that I don't have to worry about the blockers. So I'm still concerned about the blocker, obviously, the one Capone there. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, he's coming through. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to take the hit for the most part. I could have stopped it, but I decided I'm just going to go ahead and take it to try and replenish my hand to give me a little bit more gusto for my next turn. And then he uses his leader law's ability to bring out character law, and then character law's ability to bring out Bonnie. So there's a lot of bouncing around on that one just to replenish his hand, because his hand now is at 7, and I'm sitting there. I have 5, but now I'm like, okay, what am I going to do for my turn? I can clearly give 2 Don to my character Luffy and rush through that way, but I need to get rid of some of his characters because he just has too much force on his side. So I decided to Jet Pistol his Law character, which leaves me with 4 Don left, and I'm in between thinking, do I want to bring out Frankie to attack next turn, or do I want to just give the 2 Don to my character Luffy? Now, because I do have 4K in hand now for counter, and I went with the bad decision of giving it to character Luffy, where I should have set up for my next play. Personally, obviously it's my game, but personally now I know better. I would have focused more on taking out his active characters next go around. But I do have the Red Hawk pistol, so I can utilize that if I need to, with 2 active Dons still in field. So maybe it wasn't that bad of a decision, because I still can use the Gum Gum Red Hawk to nuke any of his characters he brings out. Yeah, oh, and he's weaker. So he weakened my Luffy, so I decided to go with the Red Hawk. And then using Red Hawk, I think I got rid of Bonnie. I got rid of Nami. I guess this time, since she was the strongest on this field. But I definitely should have got rid of Bonnie or the little boy, because either one of them Their abilities are just annoying. At this point, I'm just still adding on counters onto Rush Luffy just to save him because I need him for the later end of this game. And I'm really thinking he just has one life left. So I'm like, with one life, I should be able to pull out something, you know. I'm checking this graveyard, trying to see maybe, just maybe, I can get lucky with something to see like what he has, what he doesn't have. He comes out again with another Rush Zoro. So I'm fending it off with all my blockers, or excuse me, all my counters. So I'm feeling good on that one. But obviously, he can still utilize his leaders. Oh no, he can't utilize the leaders' ability, not enough active Dawn. So I'm like, okay, well, my turn. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more beefy because if I would have gotten possibly another starter deck Luffy, I could have utilized the double no blockers or even my Diablo Jambe. That would have been useful, but I got another jet pistol, and he has a blocker here I have to deal with who's at 6,000. So I decided to beef up Luffy. Double check, make sure I have enough Dawn left, to do something. But I want to take out his. Yeah, I attack his leader. Can't really do anything about that one. But now I don't have anything to deal with. Yeah, for some reason I'm not thinking about Frankie. Like I'm not bringing Frankie out. I'm guessing because I'm so aggressive. I'm not thinking about the next turn. I'm thinking about this turn. I can finish it. But with the 2 active Dawn, I can still utilize that to get rid of, his Nami again if I need to. But I definitely should have brought out Frankie because now I don't have any counters. Or I should have at least attacked his Zoro and got rid of that. Yeah, so now I got rid of Bonnie. I did use this go round the Red Hawk, but now Luffy has to go. Luffy's gone. And I can actually win this game if next turn I just pull another starter deck Luffy. Or if I get one out of my life. Yeah, I'm just checking to see what he's pulling out because I'm like, okay, I got to make this work. I have 3 life. I mean, he has to attack me 4 times. And for those 4 attacks, I just got to make one solid attack on his life. That's all I'm thinking. And since he has no attackers right now, unless he brings back Zoro again, which I think is about to happen. He has 4 active Dawn. So, no, he brings out Otama. Okay, that was interesting. I'm not sure why he brought her out. But okay, he brought out Otama. He can't nuke anything. He can't bring down anything's life. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, okay, that's weird. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I don't get what I need. I get Vivi. So with Vivi, if she was Rush, it'd be so much better because I could obviously get past his one Capone and then really give the energy to my leaders or row. But I'm going for it anyway because again, just one more swing is all I need to make this work. Just one more swing. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Like how I'm going to make this one swing happen. I'm going 2 cards in hand. Him having like 10 cards, 12 cards in hand. Yeah, he has like 13 cards. So I go for his, his character law for the blocker, but that doesn't work. I bring out Vivi and finally bring out Frankie. So I feel like Frankie was brought out way too late. I brought out Frankie way too late this go around. And I'm trying to think of what I can do, but I know, just looking at it, I'm in a tough position. Very tough position. So, all right. He's making his moves, and I'm a little nervous. Again, okay. So he rests Frankie, so he's going to take out Frankie, so I can't attack his active blocker, which is quite annoying because I can't decide when I'm going to do the work I want to do. So that's annoying. He takes out Frankie. I have nothing in hand, no counters. This is tough. Another blocker. Like I was in such a dominant position, I thought. But Boyd State clearly shows a different story. Yeah, no blocker. He knows I can't stop it. There's nothing I can do. So now I'm kind of just out of the top deck it, or really hope he starts attacking my life. But he's not trying to attack my life at the moment, which is annoying. Like he's literally just not attacking my life. He's just depleting all my characters, my resources for the game. And I'm like, this guy here is tricky. Yeah, so I attached on and just swing in, knowing that he's going to use chopper to stop it. And at this point, I'm like, I gotta bluff it. A bunch of active Dom, but I'm sure he knows like nothing I have is really going to stop or really change the tide of this match at the moment. That's probably the worst part is that he knows that he's got me beat. Um, but I'm just hoping maybe there we go. I got it. I got my rush and my starter deck rush Luffy. That's gonna be great. He has a Zoro. He's coming out with Zoro. I think I decided to take this one. Yeah, and I used the trigger effect so I can try and get something. All right, who do I take? I took Nami, I think, or was it Sanji? Yeah, I took Sanji for the aggression. So now I got Sanji there, and I'm just getting rid of the rest of these ones because I'm like, all right, let's go to the bottom of the deck. No worries, can't use it for anything anyway. And okay, yeah, so he attacks again. So I have a counter, but I'm kind of like I want this last card, but I decided to use my counter respectfully. And he brings out another Zoro, so I probably should have used that counter that go around. But at this point, I know the game's pretty much over. Yeah, it's pretty much over for me. But I still have hope. I'm like, I can probably pull this out. And I'm like, all right, cool. All right, I got no life. That's cool. There's nothing else he can do. And then I totally forget that he can attack with his leader. And that's how that game goes. Yeah, that's how that game went. I totally wasn't keeping track of what was going on. And no, he attacked me with his blocker. And I definitely didn't think he was going to use his blockers to attack. Yeah, if I would have countered a little bit early, I probably would have been in a better position for the next game. But he got me beat on that one, and there was nothing I can do. But yeah, so do me a solid favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you can, go home and tell your mom you love her. And I'm gonna do another video, analysis breakdown, so you can see how I'm getting bodied in this game. But I think I'm starting to take some W's. So we'll see.